I don't want any more Brooklyn drill, you guys. I just don't.
What is Brooklyn drill?
I don't care. I take it away.
It's from London.
I just want it to stop.
All the producers are from London. Why is it Brooklyn drill?
Because the rappers are from Brooklyn. And the raps supersede the producer.
It's like 4 of them.
For region.
Okay.
I just wanted to go away, okay? All right. And
Shout
I know
to Chicago.
Somebody reminded me that I told you guys that, things are not whack just because you don't like them. So it's fine. I think with this, anyway. Hi, guys. Thanks for tuning into another episode of
the Chopping Block Podcast.
I'm Ty.
And I am Scissor.
I'm St. Boogie on social media. I'm tired. I'm sorry. I'm just over a lot of things.
I got this
at the moment.
Big ass coffee from Racetrack.
I'm not actually tired. You're
just over it.
I'm over Gayle King. I'm over Dwayne Wade's daughter. I'm over these fucking elections. I'm over the fact that the United States of America has become a third world dictatorship and nobody's doing anything about it. I'm over this bipolar ass weather, and I'm over Brooklyn drill. That's it. That's thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Podcast over.
Hot tea done.
Man, we had I'm not as over. I'm in a cool place where I'm just unbothered by all these things. So big week in music.
Yeah.
We had the Oscars. And
did you watch?
I did. I watched the Oscars. And Parasite, a Korean film, South Korean film, won a gang of awards.
And broke history in the process.
So I went and I watched it. And it was pretty good.
What is it about?
It's about a scammer family.
Family of scammers.
A scammer family. Shout to Guap Dad. It's about a scammer family who lives in extreme poverty. And I mean extreme poverty in a crib where when it starts, they don't even have cell phone signal. And they're like stealing Wi-Fi from their neighbor. And then the neighbor changes the password. So they're like running through the house.
Oh, so they're parasites because they're living off of people.
Right.
Right. See, I was deterred because I'm a
movie.
Smart girl. Exactly.
Right.
I thought it was going to be a scary movie, and I was like, I'm good. But you know what scary movie I do want to see? I don't know what's happening with this Invisible Man version. I think it's still Dorian Gray, right? It's still kind of a take on the book.
I believe so, yeah.
But this actually looks interesting because he's like some kind of psycho that's stalking his wife.
Right.
I want to see that.
See, and that's the chick from Handmaid's Tale, right?
Yes, the chick from Mad Men.
She looks absolutely crazy.
She looks nuts.
I didn't really watch Mad Men, but Handmaid's Tale, I've heard about. Mad Men is one of those shows that's been on my list because everybody said it was great, and eventually I'll get around to it.
That's me and the show about the dude with that was cooking meth.
Breaking Bad.
Yes, that one.
That's me too, because I got through like one season and it was good, but then I got knocked off track, so it was hard for me to come back.
To go back. All the shows that I loved in 2018, when they came back in 2019, I don't know if it had been too much time or what, but I didn't get past 2 episodes of the last season of Stranger Things. I didn't get past 2 episodes of the last season of Handmaid's Tale. Like, I didn't care about any of the shows. And I love them shows so much. And I just really was like, meh.
So for me, that was Shameless and like Homeland. There was a couple ones. I don't know. I think I just got busy. And I think there's so many good shows now on so many networks that something has to suffer. Like something's gonna not be watched.
My funny one was there's a show called The 100 on the CW. Okay, so 2018, I hate watched The 100. All however many seasons was out because I was like, this shit is trash. But now I'm in the story and now I need to know what happens.
See?
Right? So I stayed until this most recent season where they were like on some Invasion of the Body Snatcher shit, and I was like, oh, come on. Come the fuck on. TV off.
It turned into Lost.
Same thing with Riverdale.
Yeah.
Not Georgia.
No, I'm still.
Nah, I tapped out.
I haven't
Riverdale.
started this current.
Oh, I tapped
season.
out last season.
But I'm still on board. The CW has a bunch of those shows, legacies, which I watch Vampire Diaries.
By the way, you guys, if you can hear music in the background, that's just proof that we do record this podcast in a real life studio.
In a real studio.
Shouts to 12 Music Group.
But you probably can't hear it. So.
But if you can, we're not responsible. Vampire Diaries is another one that I never got into because I read the books. And I was just like, yeah, it's too late now. I
didn't know they were books.
Yeah, they were books originally. They were way back, like when I was in high school. They were like, what's that? Twilight before Twilight.
Gotcha.
That's how I found out about Lapis Lazuli. I still don't know how you pronounce it because I'm still an immigrant. Okay.
Pivot time.
So, yeah, there were Oscars. If you go on the site, if you go to the credit check section of our site, you will find a credit check for the 2020 Oscars, which basically outlines all of the musical categories and all of the winners that were in those musical categories, and actual performances of some of the songs where possible. Shouts to Cynthia Erivo, who did the song "Stand Up" from Harriet, and that one. Did that win something?
Nope.
Oh, it's just on there.
But it was nominated.
Into the unknown.
Shout out to Sir Elton, because he was fabulous.
I'm here for Elton John winning things all the time. I think Elton John is a international treasure.
International treasure,
and we're lucky
for sure.
to have him. Still here with us. So yeah, head over to the site, which reminds me, since we forgot to tell you what the fuck you're listening to right now in case you are unfamiliar. This is the Chopping Block Podcast. Chopping Block Podcast is the audio iteration of two things that happen on our lovely website, istandardproducers.com. One of those things is the credit check, which is the most comprehensive listing of album credits you will find on the internet. Long as these labels.
Shots fired.
We're not gonna fire shots at other people
Doot, doot, doot.
that come after us and do the same thing we do.
We will. No,
okay,
but
cool.
I'm just talking. I'm not worried about other people.
Okay, because Spotify is actual competition, whereas these guys,
because we expect more of Spotify.
Ah,
that's the thing. Spotify is serving us. This is a show about the creative community, so we expect things from Spotify.
Right.
I upload our podcast and music and things like that to Spotify.
Hey, Spotify, we love you. We do love something that they're doing. I'm gonna get to that in 1 second. So that's the credit check, right? So if you're ever wondering who produced what, if the strings were actually originally played by an actual violinist in the studio, who engineered it? Why does it sound so crispy? You go over to istandardproducers.com. You go to Creator News and you click on Credit Check.
All credits matter.
The other side of that is the Chopping Block, which is our weekly, although we fell off like a motherfucker in February, but that's okay. We're only 2 weeks in. I think we were all recovering. Like January, we were recovering from 2019, and February, we were recovering from January because January.
We'll catch up.
Okay. Well, we're fine. We're good.
But what we do is we go track by track, and we talk about things from the creative point of view. So we'll review the albums, but we also talk about the processes and the sound of the album and the production and all the things that go into it, the songwriting and the vocal arrangement and all that cool stuff. So it's just another point of view, but that's how we do it. And
we typically only do projects that we think matter to you guys and projects that we love, and then every once in a while we have to take somebody like Lil' Kim and be like, fire for them.
Oh my God. We're gonna be talking about that album.
Yes, it was just
in a bad way.
Anyway, so that's where the idea for this podcast comes from. It is available to you every Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Speaking of Lil' Kim.
No, before we get to Lil' Kim, since we spoke about Spotify. Spotify announced today that they are now letting songwriters actually have songwriter pages. Which is pretty cool. So I want to say shout out to Billie Eilish because I feel like Billie Eilish just made these people give a damn about certain things.
Again.
Yeah.
Phineas and
Yeah. So, you can go to Spotify and you can click on a songwriter and find all of the songs that they've written.
Tidal's been doing that.
Have they?
Tidal's been doing that.
I have a very interesting relationship with Tidal. everybody knows Jay's my big brother in my head. Jay-Z's my favorite
He's
rapper.
everybody's big brother.
Jay-Z's my favorite rapper. Like, when he does shit that's suspect, I just be real quiet. Like, oh. Like, I'm not ever going to hate him with the rest of y'all. And like, one of my mentors works over there. A couple of my people are over there. However, I just canceled my Tidal subscription once again because that $10 hit my PayPal, and I was just like, yeah, I don't know the last time I've opened this app.
That's interesting.
And I feel like there's a lot of shit on there that I would want to buy into. I don't know if it's presentation. I don't know if it's maybe because, let's say by conscious. So like, I know that my default is Google Play because that's where all of the stuff that I've ever uploaded, and that's what was built into my phone, right?
Right.
I don't know if it's the fact that like Spotify doesn't give me a choice. I turn on my computer and Spotify's like, here I am. Hey, hi, right here, me. I don't know if that's what it is. I don't open Tidal.
Does Tidal have a desktop
Tidal has
app?
a lot of shit on there though. Like, I know that they have shows. I know that they have like a lot of really good content. I know that their playlists are really good. I know people who swear and die by it. Maybe I'll try again.
iStandard swears and dies by Tidal because they have the most comprehensive list of credits when it comes to, Spotify and all these guys. So
in terms of the DSPs,
and they do have a desktop application that you can download.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what it is, but I agree with you.
I have like 20 more 6-month trial cards at my house, so I'm gonna try again.
Slide one of them over here.
Gave them to me.
Listen, slide one of them on over here.
I got you. I walked over there and somebody just handed me a stack and was like, "Here you go." Anyway, so shouts to them.
So Tidal has always had the ability for you to click on not just songwriters, but click on producers, engineers, click on the mixers, click on the studio personnel, and see everything they worked on.
Had the credits. I didn't know that you'd do that with the page.
Oh yeah, it's legit. So if Corey Cuts Newtow who's a studio personnel on Pop Smoke's album, right? I can click on his name and it'll give me everything he's worked on. So his role, recording engineer, and then engineer and studio personnel on 2 other songs. So 4 credits. He's got 4 credits in Tidal.
God bless him.
Okay, so I would hope that. But what I would hope where Tidal's lacking is their actual reach out to creators. They have all these great things they built, but they don't have an actual relationship with us.
Well, we should talk to them about that.
And that's what Spotify has spent a lot of money and time with Spotify for Artists, Secret Genius, the Spotify Awards. Spotify spends a lot of time working and connecting with the creative community. YouTube. I love YouTube. I love Google Play. I love what they're doing. I love being able to listen to all my uploaded stuff, but they don't have a relationship with the community. They just pick a few people and they highlight them. They go get some playlists and they think like their service is going to pop. And they don't realize this is the time where everybody raps, bro. Everybody, mama, do something, make beats or something. So SoundCloud and Spotify get that.
Everybody raps, bro.
So if Tidal's like, we champion the creators and the artists and all that stuff, that's great, but you also gotta work for the little guys. Don't just parade Jay-Z and Kanye and all these other artists in front of us and say, hey, these are the guys that run it. We're gonna do right by you, and then don't actually make a real connection.
I just smiled really hard because Jay Electronica thinks that you guys really are still waiting for that album, and he says it's coming, and I think we're down to 34 and a half days at this point.
So yeah, he said 40 days, 40 nights. So I think that's a little less than what.
I mean, if you gonna say 40 days, you might have waited until Ash Wednesday and just rocked out and gave us the album on Easter.
I could have got a fish sandwich.
What? Oh, that would have been fire marketing right there. Who missed that?
Could have got a fish sandwich.
Oh, it's not too late. I'm a somebody. Who can we resurrect? Okay, sidebar conversation.
How are we gonna resurrect the career?
We're gonna resurrect somebody's
Kinfolk
career.
Kinfolk
About to hit up Kinfolk right now.
We just had a conversation
about Kinfolk. Because Kinfolk, I think Kinfolk.
Y'all remember Crispy?
There's a lot of people I think that we know who were slightly ahead of their time. Not even ahead of their time in that what they were doing was so avant-garde, but just they were just ahead of their time. Like they weren't doing nothing super extra special. It's just like, what? You're a rapper from Memphis, and nobody wants that. 5 years later, all the hot rappers are from Memphis. And
right?
T-Shine is like, oh, cool. I did that when BET was still playing videos.
Wow.
What just happened to your phone?
Smart Boy just shouted us out and said that we're one of his favorite podcasts.
Oh, look at that, you guys.
Wow.
See how happy we get when y'all actually listen to our podcast and tell us about it?
All 152 of you.
Hey, I'm
we got listeners in Zimbabwe.
What?
India, like we're coming for that international crowd.
We are coming for that international crowd. Shouts to
shout to everybody that got in early, the early adopters.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to do something for the early adopters.
I think we make a limited
we'll figure
edition
something
shirt.
out.
We'll figure something out. We are.
You just need proof of purchase. If you can prove that you listen to us, we'll send you something cool.
You gotta, and you can't just go back and listen to episodes.
No.
Nope.
We gonna know.
Okay. So Jay Electronica
says he's got an album coming out.
He's got an album coming out. And today the internet said that that's actually a Watch the Throne-ish Jay-Z collaboration. And now I know you niggas are fucking lying and I don't even want it no more. That's how I feel.
I'm so disappointed. Listen, I'm riding with you, Jay. Electronica. I feel you. You out here living your life and, hanging out with random people in random places and you being a nomad and all that cool stuff. If you're going to come back into my life and talk music, then you better deliver. That's all I'm saying. Because the next time I see you, and I always see you randomly in some weird-ass place, we going to have another conversation, sir.
So here's what the internet is saying. According to thesource.com, who quoted On Smash. Actually, let me just go to On Smash. Let's just do that. So, of course, Jay Electronica said that he has an album coming out, a written testimony. It's supposed to be coming out on March 18th. And he revealed that it would feature Jay-Z with production contributed from Young Guru. I did see Swiss Beats post something the other day that was a picture taken by Young Guru of him and Hove in the studio. And then somebody else, I think Biggs, posted a picture of Hove where it looked like he cut his hair. So, people are like, oh shit, album must be done. Well now, On Smash is saying that it's been brought to their attention that the album will have Jigga featured on multiple tracks, more than 7. The only thing holding it up from being called a complete collaborative project is that Jay's not on every track.
So we are getting an album. Because when you start throwing Hove's name around, you just can't throw the big homie's name around if it's not for real.
This is a summary of my how I feel about Jay Electronica. Jay Electronica and I have mutual friends. One such person, shouts to the homie, Blame the Label, introduced me to Jay Electronica at South by Southwest years and years ago. Like, I think 6-7 years ago, Tory Lanez was opening on that show, and I remember very distinctly looking at the flyer and saying, who is Tory Lanez? This is how long ago this was, okay? I was like, what the fuck is a Tory Lanez? Is that a girl or a guy? Anyway, so as a result, Jay Electronica is always very, very kind to me when he sees me. And it always freaks me out that people remember who I am when I've been introduced to them like that. Like, but that's Jay, right? So he came to Atlanta. He had a show. The homie put me on a list. And then Jay walks out into the audience after his performance or before his performance. Somehow he's in the audience. He runs into me and I go to say, hey, I'm so-and-so's friend. Thank you so much. He's like, hey, what's going on? Gives me a big ass hug. So I want to love you. However, prior to that moment, you had definitely just been on stage and performed your verse from the Chance the Rapper song that I love. Which one is it that he's on?
There's the Chance the Rapper song that you love.
I know I love a lot of Coloring Book is my favorite gospel album. And the song that Jay Electronica is on is one of my favorite songs. And I don't know why I'm blanking on the name because we've been blanking on shit all day. The song is called How Great. Jay Electronica came out, he did Exhibit C. Mm-hmm. He did his verse from How Great. He did Exhibit C again. He might have done it 3 times.
What?
That was the set.
I mean, it's an epic song.
That was the set. I was this week years old.
He didn't even do his control verse?
I was in this big age. I was a full-on woman of 40 when I found out that Jay Electronica had more songs than just Exhibit C. That happened this week.
Yeah.
So while I want to care about this album, and while I, if I ever became a stan of anyone, it would be Sean Corey Carter. While I want to be excited about, a potential 7 new Sean Corey Carter songs, I'm over it already.
I just realized Jay Electronica is a Virgo, and I'm sorry. I apologize on behalf of all Virgos. He is a real Virgo.
He acting like a real Virgo.
I ran into a homie in just some random places, and he remembers everything and everybody. He remembered Don, like from a conversation they had at A3C when we saw him in Detroit.
So I'm not special. Cool.
So, no, maybe we're all special.
Okay.
But
we're all special.
He's just one of those guys. So.
Shouts to Don. I miss Don. Somebody tell Don I miss him. I don't know where he at.
He listens to our podcast.
Well,
he said
Don,
we're doing a great job.
I miss you, Don.
Shout to Thrill. We'll have Thrill on the podcast. He's coming through Atlanta soon.
All right, so yeah, guys, March 18th. Mark your calendars.
J and J.
Jay Electronica.
Wow.
Jay Electronica.
Now I'm super excited.
Now I gotta ask because I've been not asking. Now I gotta ask Just. Matter of fact, let's text Just Blaze and see if he responds while we're doing
Slight flex.
This. It's fine.
I'm just gonna text Just Blaze.
I'm just gonna text Just Blaze. He texted me back from China one time.
I'm in China. That's a Just Blaze-ish flex too.
Right.
I'm in China.
But that was me. I was like, I can never ever date a dude that would tell me that he couldn't text me back.
It's like 4 a.m. tomorrow in China. Ty, what's up?
No, that's exactly what happened. Like he hit me back, and it was like hours and hours and hours, like so long later that I forgot that I had texted him, and he was like, "My bad, I'm in China," or "My bad, I'm in London." And like the other day, he was like, "Yeah, I'm going to China," and he's like, "I'm just going for the day, and I'm coming right back." What? I love Justin.
How's that even?
Justin's my favorite rich person. Cause he don't be flexing like
and he don't act like a rich person.
No, he just says like I say I'm going to the grocery store. I'll be right back. Just Blaze says I'm going to China. I'll be right back.
It's his reality. Listen, it is what it is.
Anyway, you wanted to talk about this songwriter and producer
Pages
charts.
So
I pulled it up for you.
You got it?
It's in the yes.
Cool. So yeah, Billboard, they do that weekly songwriter chart, and they also do one with producers. Is it in the prep room?
Yeah.
Okay. And basically, it's an opportunity for them to showcase like the Billboard charts, but who wrote the song. So it always looks kind of weird because the tie is always between co-writers.
Right.
Like you'll see Phineas and his sister Billy, and then you'll see like Pooh Bear and
Justin Bieber.
And Justin Bieber, so.
I think that especially when
Roddy Ricch
we're talking about the same song, I think they should come up with a different way to do it.
A different way to do that, right? It'll make a little bit more sense.
Because now you're looking at, the Hot 100 songwriters, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 and 6 are tied, so it's 5 and 5, and then 7 and 7, and then 10 and 10.
Because Tones and I, who's that? Is that the other producer on the box?
Let's find out. I don't know.
I think he's the other producer on the box. Because I watched the Deconstructed of the box. Shout out to 30 Rock. And they did mention our intern here at 12 Studios, my man Z, who did who helped with the 808s on that record too. Shout out to him. He's 13 years old, so that's a really big
wow.
deal. Yeah, 13 years old, man.
I need to bring my nephew over here and let him sit down with y'all.
Yeah, why not? We all about the future, the youngins. But yeah, so you got like Ricky Reed and the Baby. So it's like it's Ricky Reed and Lizzo, But where's the songwriter for the Baby? Somebody produced that record. Why aren't they on here?
Because their contribution.
Inquiring minds want to know.
We need to find somebody at Billboard that can break that down. I know that when they rolled out these lists, that they did post an article that was supposed to explain how they come up with this. And it's mostly based on the actual performance of the song. So it's
the thing,
literally the mirror image of their Hot 100.
What it is it makes no damn sense.
It doesn't.
So if you go down to the R&B and hip-hop songwriters, you got 30 Rock, who's a producer, at number 2, obviously because he co-wrote the record, because producers are writers. But then if you look on the producer charts, you got 30 Rock up at the top. Then you got Oz, Jetson Maid, Ricky Reed. So
Tones and I is not part of the credits and personnel for.
Okay, so who's Tones and I?
This is what I'm trying to find out.
Maybe he's just not there.
Maybe.
So we'll try to figure it out, because when Billboard first came out with these, we were skeptical, and we weren't skeptical because we don't think it's a good idea. See, what Spotify's doing, what Billboard's doing, all these things are great ideas, but
they need fine-tuning.
They need to be executed in a way that actually benefits the creative community. A lot of these things, I don't want them to be for show. Like, hey, we're doing this because we want y'all to think we're doing something for you. Right? So as creatives, we need to demand that they do these things correctly. And I don't mean demand, but there should be some conversation between them and us about how this is done.
Right.
Because this shit's goofy.
That makes sense.
And Spotify, we appreciate it, but when you hear constructive criticism from myself and from other members of the creative community, it's because you're not checking in with us. We're all on Twitter talking, all the advocates, all the people who put on for the creative and producers, the producers, the engineers, we're all on there having conversations, and y'all not in these conversations.
Right.
Y'all not checking in with us. So whoever your rep is, your artist rep, your producer rep, your liaisons, whatever, y'all need to check in with us before y'all do these goofy lists.
Also, I think it's partly on the creators also, and this is what I mean. I think that currently, when it comes to creatives, and that's everybody from the artists to the producers or whatever, I think that people are prioritizing the wrong things in terms of like the relationship that they're trying to have with these DSPs or with Billboard or whatever. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like, you are wanting to be placed on playlists, but you're not trying to figure out how else. Yeah, like you're definitely looking at the clout aspect of it and missing the opportunity to say,
because
hey,
they
guys,
always end up butthurt in the end, because they realize like, okay, once I'm not the main focus of the clout anymore, they don't care about me. Right. Even if you, let's say you drop down to 11, you're no longer in the top 10. Mm-hmm. Like, we just want this to be an accurate reflection of what a songwriter is and what a producer is, not just in hip hop, in all genres. I'm looking at this list. You got Tiny on here for Latin producers. He's the number one he's the number 2 Latin producer. And all, these lists are dope because they do kind of show who's doing what, but at the same time, we need to clarify and really get these right. If we're going to do it, that's great. If Spotify is going to have credits, that's great, but give us real credits.
You know what I love or hate, but also love, but also hate? Look at the country charts. Ain't no ties on the country charts. It's very clear. No. I wrote this record, and that's it.
Right. So how do they not? Because once again,
but then you go down to rock songs, and it's like 7 people tied for number 9.
Right.
And Prince is number 1?
Prince is number 3.
No, on this rock songwriters, Prince is number 1.
Okay, maybe that's a different week.
February 15th.
Okay.
Huh. Shouts to Prince from the afterlife. Quick update from my text message inbox.
Oh, songwriter, my bad. I was looking at the producer. He's on the producer side, too.
Just Blaze said he can't tell me if he's on the album.
Oh, God.
But he's heard the album.
Okay, Justin, there for some of we appreciate it.
And it's really good.
Okay.
And hopefully I don't get cussed out for telling you guys that. Well, maybe I should text him and let him know that I told you guys.
We just told y'all it was real.
Yes, it's real. Yay.
We're going,
do we have a celebration? Oh, we should hit that unicorn again. Nah, hit that unicorn. Because
it's a magical moment.
It's a magical moment.
We have
Lazarus
We have
album.
Social media now.
We do, you guys.
So we're going to tweet out and we're on all the social medias.
All the socials.
All the socials.
We're on Audio Mac now too.
We are.
Big
shout out to Audio Mac.
We're growing, you guys. We've had 6 episodes. This is a real life thing. In a minute, we about to start getting some sponsors on y'all asses.
Some guesses.
So, we were supposed to have a guest today, but
we ain't even gonna talk about it. We ain't even gonna talk about it. Shout out to Mikey. Our podcast producer.
We have a producer, you guys.
Man, we might get an intern because I need some water.
Oh my God. See, I came with my own.
We need a photographer.
All right. We need a photographer, you guys.
And a videographer.
And
shout out to all the cool podcasts with videos and all that shit. We got content. And that's cool. That's cool. We'll get there. We'll get there. We see you. You gotta remember the struggle moments.
This ain't no struggle.
It's a slight struggle.
Listen, I've recorded 3 seasons of a podcast in my living room. One season I think was on my phone because I bought a laptop with Beats headphones, thinking that was going to change the sound quality. Yeah, well, Beats speakers.
You got.
And then for some reason, my little plug-in mic didn't work anymore, so then I had to start recording my show on my phone. What people didn't realize is it was just a little processor, had a couple effects. That was it. It didn't make anything sound better. I wasn't a fan. I wouldn't
HP,
recommend.
y'all cheated every day.
They really did. They really did.
And then right after that, Dre went and got all that money from Apple.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Ooh.
Shout out to Dre.
I just caught that. Okay, so we are here to talk to you guys about music at some point. Let's talk about this Birds of Prey soundtrack. I still haven't seen the movie.
I got to take my daughter. I'm excited. The soundtrack's good. I went through and I listened to some joints, and like I said last week, I didn't know what to think.
Oh, you know what I just realized? Oh no, you did put it on there. I was gonna say you had one song on the credit check twice because you didn't put the Megan Normani joint on there, but you did. I just want to forget that song happened.
Yeah, that's probably my least. Maybe it'll grow on me. I don't know.
I think it sounds like it would make, and I said this before, I think it sounds like it would make really, really good fight scene music or really, really good chase scene music. I just don't want to listen to it without it being in a movie.
And I'll tell you what,
it sounds like a soundtrack song.
All the other videos, all the other songs that have videos, the concepts of the video and who they have featured in the context of the movie, it was an actress from the video, from the movie and one of the videos.
Charlotte Lawrence? Oh, no.
No, that was Cassandra Cain. She played Cassandra Cain, little Asian girl.
Yeah, and who's in the video for
Galexa
Sway With Me.
And Saweetie, right? Yeah, so, that video was fire. Doja Cat's video, she's dressed up getting her Harley Quinn on. That was fire. So I just felt like those videos kind of even captured the movie a little bit more than Diamonds. I don't know.
But y'all really, really thought y'all was going to get us by giving us a Normani and Meg Thee Stallion song, and we were just going to be like, okay.
We're just going to take it. And I think it's probably my least favorite song on there. Yeah. And that's not to say I don't hate it, but it's just the one I do without.
Right.
So I got more Meg and Normani songs to listen to that I love, so whatever.
The joint with Doja Cat's joint, which is Boss Bitch, I enjoy thoroughly. I enjoy Doja Cat thoroughly.
I'm a big fan.
I really do.
And not just because she's absolutely amazing to look at.
We were just talking about that, how every time I see her, I feel like I'm not looking at the right person.
I mean, I remember watching when the whole Moo thing happened. I watch her live. She's just a really cool person. Her personality's dope. Mm-hmm. And every exchange that I've seen has always been super cool. Her with Nard, how you say his name? Nardwuar.
Yeah.
That was dope. He had pictures of her from South by years ago. He pulls out your whole life, and somehow he knows everything about you. Mm-hmm. So that was cool. And yeah, the joint which she did with Rico was one of my favorites. They did the Tia Tamera. Mm-hmm. Super creative, colorful. Everything that she does just has so much energy. And I respect it. I appreciate it. And she co-produces a lot of her music too. So shout out to her for that.
And then the joint with Galaxera, I don't know how you pronounce her name.
She has the pronunciation on her Instagram. I don't know how she only has 6,400 followers. Y'all need to follow her. It's Galaxera. Okay,
Galaxera's on here with a song with Saweetie. She did her thing.
Fire.
And I just really want the internet to I don't know why y'all decided y'all didn't like Saweetie.
I don't even know.
I don't really know what happened.
Is it Quavo?
No, nobody cares about Quavo. Not like in that way that
I'm
we're
just
gonna
saying.
hate on her because of Quavo. No, nobody cares like that. But of course, the Birds of Prey soundtrack is all female, right?
Yep.
Halsey's on there, Juicy Fruit's on there.
Atlantic Records did a really good job of putting it together, man.
There's a lot of newcomers on there. This is chick Baby Goth who's on there, who I really just want her to go wash her face. But sadly, those things are on her face forever.
Shout the homie Success over there at Atlantic.
So y'all go check that out. I was really excited about the soundtrack for The Photograph because I thought it was going to be like another Queen and Slim type situation.
Robert Glasper did that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But this is like a for real soundtrack. Like there's 3 songs on the soundtrack and then the rest of it is just like, music from the movie. Like there's not actual songs. There's a joint by her on there called Comfortable, which I think is a new record. Lucky Day has a song on there called Fade Away, and y'all know I love Lucky Day.
We do.
And I just figured out why. Lucky Day reminds me of Vils, who is now going by his real last name, which is Saint-Ville. And Vils is a Haitian-American, Miami-born artist who came out of Memphis in 2014. He had this really dope song called 4:20 a.m. that was like on heavy rotation.
Vils. That name sounds super familiar.
Vils just dropped a new song today called Martin, which I feel ambivalent about because it's very similar in concept to Luke James's song Go Girl. It's Martin is like, like Go Gina, do your song, do your dance is the hook. So it's very familiar. But anyway, so I just figured out today that's why I love Lucky Day so much. So yeah, it's that. And there's a song called Tempted with Erykah Badu and James Poyser. Is that how you say his name? Poyser?
I always said Poser.
That guy.
I would say Poyser.
So yeah. That's it. The movie comes out tomorrow. I listened to an interview with Lil Rel in The Read today where he was talking about, just how amazing it is to have a Black love story where there is no tragedy. There's no baby mama drama. There's nobody died. Nobody gets cheated on. The new couple is friends with a stable, happily married couple. It's beautiful. Shouts to Black love, you guys. Be kind to your Valentines if you have some.
Hey.
Be kind to yourself if you don't.
Are we going to be back before Valentine's or?
No, Valentine's Day is tomorrow. Well, if you're listening to the show today when it dropped on Thursday.
Oh my
Valentine's Day is the day after tomorrow, sir, with a whole wife. I need you to have known that. How did that happen? I need you to have known that.
How did that happen?
Well, February started on the 1st and then 13 days later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
How single people know and you don't know?
Because all I do is sit in the house with my kids and my wife and work.
Because Valentine's Day is every day, right? Yeah. Good answer, sis.
We were just in the market picking out things for Valentine's Day, and I didn't even.
Your kids are not doing like Friends Day exchanges?
Yeah, no. You know what? I'm sorry. I just had 2 days of parent-teacher conferences. Mm-hmm. We bought, 3 days ago, I bought all their candy. And tomorrow, we'll be doing the whole get ready.
But you just didn't realize it was Friday. I get it.
Yeah.
Just like last week. Remember last week I was like, I don't know how many days it's been since we've been here. I know it's been 7, but it feels like 23.
But we know that Jay Electronica's album is coming out in 34
days. Actually, I'm going to set that timer. Matter of fact, put that on our social media.
I'm going to tell Alexa.
Do a countdown on our IG to March 18th.
Wow. All right, so what else we got?
What else dropped last week? Oh, no. The Birds of Prey album brings us to a nice little conversation about our dear friend Nicki Minaj. Because Onika, we probably should have known when she, picked the whole fight with her ex on social media. How embarrassing for her husband. Picked the whole fight with her ex on social media and in some kind of store. We should have known music was coming. She dropped a song called Yikes.
But she retired.
We knew that wasn't happening for real.
Right.
She dropped a song called Yikes. And, that was everybody's reaction because there's a line on there. And she says, Rosa Parks, stand up or something.
Listen. And then once people said something, she was like defending it like, oh, whatever.
I almost wanted to defend it too, because I felt like when I heard it, it might have been that people misconstrued, like she didn't mean it the way people were taking it.
I mean, it's in jest. Like, so I don't think she meant it a way that people took it. People are too serious.
However,
but I also think that the way she reacted, was just like whatever. And I think that's problematic, in that you didn't care that you struck a nerve with people, because it is Black History Month. And people are hyper out here. Hey, you're Black heroes, which we should be doing every day of the year. But you knew what time it was. You did it because you knew that it was going to be Black History Month. Don't front. And now you can't just act like you don't care that people are bothered. You got to take the good with the bad. You know the facts of life.
So the line is really says. So the line is, all you bitches Rosa Parks, get your ass up. That's the line. It doesn't even make sense. Like, y'all are mad about literally old boy from Blades of Glory would be looking at Onika like, that doesn't even make sense. I don't know what that means. And don't tell me nobody, well, actually, exactly. Nobody knows what it means, but it's provocative. I just want to point out, though, that I'm also not as bothered by, like,
What is her husband's name?
Kenneth Petty.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to make sure he wasn't on these credits.
Oh, God. Wow. I just wanted to point out that I really don't feel a way. I don't feel a way about her using Rosa Parks' name in a song, because Rosa Parks sued Outkast for using her name as the title of a song.
Well, maybe they should ask. But that's kind of goofy.
Like,
did she do it or did her estate do it?
I don't know, but it happened. So,
I feel like if she was alive at that time, she was pretty old.
No, she was alive. So interestingly, as Nicki was getting ready, or right around when Nicki dropped this surprise record, Safari announced that his wife was going to be dropping a song.
Erica? She just had a baby.
Finally,
congratulations!
After 17 months of pregnancy, I was trying. If she was pregnanter than anybody,
man,
like,
congratulations!
A bunch of people had their babies that were pregnant after her. But anyway, what he did was actually that he dropped the song, but in the video, Erica's lip syncing it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Which would have been really great if the song was good.
Like Wiley.
The song is
Safari.
So, okay, go make another.
The ghostwriting.
Yeah, no, maybe not even. Maybe it wasn't just him. Maybe it was the two of them together. Maybe they had to come together to form. What do Garnet and Amethyst make again when they come together? Because I have that stone at my house.
You are really, really, really into that show, huh?
I'm done. I watched the whole thing. I'm waiting for new episodes.
I gotta go catch up. Steven Universe. I gotta bring my kids up here. Because they'll have this conversation with you.
Suzalite when they come together. Anyway, so maybe that's what it is. Maybe they have to be. Actually, Garnet is a hybrid. So maybe they got to be together to be dope. Anyway, but no, Rosa Parks was definitely alive. And actually, no. Okay, never mind. It's too long to go into. You guys, go look on. It's on the internet.
We're not mad. We're not mad at Rosa.
But they settled it. And they said at the time when they settled it in 2005, and her estate claimed that she had been suffering from dementia since 2002 at the time of the settlement. So that was a nice little tangent for you guys. Back to Nicki.
Well, you know who is mad at Rosa?
Who?
Claudette Colvin.
Who's that?
The first lady who actually.
Oh yeah, that's right. The one that was darker skinned and a pregnant.
Well, they said she was a teen mom.
Yeah, so y'all didn't think she was. Listen, y'all, respectability politics exists. They happen everywhere. They make certain things work out better.
Yeah.
If I'm in the car with you, you probably want me to talk to the cops.
Right.
It'll work out well.
Yep.
It's
the way it goes.
We went to Puerto Rico. Cats thought I was Puerto Rican. It worked out well.
Right.
Just, use what you got. Y'all like y'all ain't never seen Players Club.
When in Rome.
Back to Onika. Hey,
Do
sis.
we have to?
Yeah, because, I think we've talked before about how I am fundamentally a fan of female rappers. Like, I want all female rappers to win because I'm a girl who listens to more rap than I do R&B. And so I want girls rapping. Like I love Meg so much.
I am also fundamentally for female rappers and have been for a long time.
I cut off all my hair because of Eve.
You know, it's crazy being a dude, being around other dudes who all of them hated female rappers, or I can't listen to that, or it's just not my thing.
Right.
It was always just weird.
I don't want to hear that. Like, why?
All my OG New York rapper OG homies, man.
I don't want to hear that. You know what's funny is 10 years ago, 15 years ago, people were saying that the reason why you didn't see more successful female rappers is because they didn't sell and it wasn't worth the headache. And now look at the money that Nicki has made. Look at the money that Cardi has made, that Meg has made.
Doja, like, and all these successful, it
could be done, but y'all swore up and down when Shauna was out that you couldn't market a female rapper.
Right, we don't know what to do.
We don't know what to do with a bad chick that's talking tough. We don't know what to do with Meg 1.0.
I mean,
I'm sorry, I just
Rhapsody
off this table.
Rhapsody works.
Rhapsody works.
It works.
And y'all just also have to understand that, like, there's a bunch of different types of girls in the world. But
and
anyway,
there's so many dope female artists out here right now in the rap world. Kamaya, you got regional artists that are working that are building their buzz. You got all the Cash Dolls and the
3D Nazi, who's been holding it down forever and a day. Your girl up in Philly.
Oh, Tierra
Whack, who is like my fave. Every time I go to Philly, I hear a new girl that I've never heard before. That's actually really dope. All that to say, Onika, we're good. Love. Enjoy.
Yeah, you can go back to being
unless you're gonna actually rap,
right?
But if you're gonna keep giving us yikes,
you know what? I used to be a really big fan of Nicki,
right?
Like super big fan. I'm talking about MySpace days.
Yeah,
and I was a fan of her for a long time. Her personality withstanding as she got famous, but I would always say, no matter what, she's still coming with the bars. Her last couple joints have just been lazy. Even her last album was just...
You gave me a song with Foxy Brown, and that did not appease my soul.
No, it didn't.
As a West Indian girl who loves Foxy.
And she spent so many years trying to be Foxy.
Whose favorite Foxy album was when Foxy fully stepped into her trendiness. I was like, yes, this is a...
Which one was that?
It's the one with Tables Will Turn. I forget what it's called. Okay. It's called... Broken Silence.
Okay, Broken Silence. No, Broken Silence was fire.
Broken Silence is like one of my favorite albums. And I still listen to a lot of stuff off of there. But anyway, yeah, I don't want any more Nicki unless Nicki is going to out Nicki Doja Cat. How about that? Bars.
Right.
I didn't even mean for that to rhyme.
And I want it to be about the music and not about the drama.
Right.
You can start the drama all you want, but you got to come with the quality music.
Yeah, like, I don't know. The bully thing is... The bully thing is overdone at this point. Oh yeah, Dej Loaf also dropped the song, and that's all I'm gonna say there. I want her.
Wow.
Keep giving us songs though, okay, Dej?
Listen. I mean, I'm just
go back to the drawing board.
She was in her pop bag for a minute. Now is she back?
Is that where she was?
The last few things I heard from her were like super abstract, not hip hop-ish at all.
Well, this song wasn't it.
Maybe she's been over there too long. She's got to get her footing back.
I don't think so. Because who can I think of that went over there and then came back fairly easily? I can't think of anybody. Never mind. I don't know, you guys. But Dej, keep trying. Like, I want more Dej. I just don't want that Dej. That wasn't it.
Nope.
That wasn't it. Just like how I found out, like, last month that, not Tink, the other one.
Not Tink, the other one?
Not
from
Chicago. The other one. Shit.
The other one that we were talking about last week.
Ciz and I have spent the whole day forgetting rappers' names.
We forgot Action Bronson's name.
Forgot Action Bronson's name.
What's that guy's name?
We forgot.
We're playing charades in here.
We were talking about Canadian Bryson Tiller.
Tory Lanez.
Tory Lanez. Yes. Because in my brain, that wasn't lame.
Because you know what? Artists, y'all don't matter. This is about the producers and the song.
No, it's about the music.
Playing,
It's really, well, no, what this highlights and brings us to the other single that we listened to this week, which is Childish Major's song, Shallow Dimes. Hey, guys. At this point, I feel like we should consolidate artist teams and y'all just pick one person to go forth and do all these songs. If everybody's gonna sound the same anyway, like y'all let Pop Smoke drop the first Brooklyn Drill album. Just give Pop Smoke all the songs.
Right, because anybody else that's coming and trying to do it,
you're all using the same beat. It don't
sound right. So we know Childish. We know Childish Major is an amazing producer. You did your producer thing, and I'm all for producers wanting to step into the artist world. But it's tough, but especially if y'all gave some of y'all sauce to an artist. Because I know a lot of dope songwriters and producers who gave a lot of their sauce to artists. Then when they come out, you sound like you, but you really sound like them. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to be a person who's switching lanes, you got to come with something new. You got to come with something exciting, or people are just going to be like, okay, that was cool. And we're not doing this to be cool.
Right.
We're not doing this to be okay. We're not doing it to be mediocre.
No.
You know what I'm saying? We're doing this to be excellent. So that's all we saying.
I went to Google and typed in Chicago female rapper. And it said The Brat, Shauna.
Good answers.
Katie got bands, but her picture is a mugshot. Someone.
Y'all gotta stop hating on Chicago, man.
And Kid Sister.
What? So they don't have no. I mean, I'm not gonna say none of them are current, but they don't have anybody current.
No,
because I'm pretty sure you're talking about Dreezy.
Yes,
there you go.
Not Tink.
Right, Dreezy.
That's her name in my brain. It's not Tink.
Not Tink.
But anyway, I found out Not Tink dropped a whole project like at the end of 2018 that was really good, and nobody talked about it.
I think we covered that.
Talked about that last week. I'm sorry, guys.
I think we covered that. Lightly.
I gotta do a better job of remembering what the hell we talked to you guys about. Anyway,
no, we did bring up. For some reason we talked about it. Big Drees.
Yeah, it was probably because I had just
no. She put one out at the beginning of 2019. She did one at the end.
Oh, it's no. It was January 2019.
Yeah, that's the Big Drees. Yeah, the Big Drees album.
It's really good. It's really good,
and it's still up on the site. So you can go listen to it.
There you go, guys. All right, so since I mentioned the current king of the Brooklyn drill scene,
Pop Smoke,
he dropped an album.
Yeah, man.
I tried to listen.
I listened.
You listened to the whole thing?
I did.
To the whole, rhythm?
To the whole
It sounds like a rhythm album?
It sounds like one consistent
rhythm.
It does.
And then not even with a different flow over the rhythm.
Yo, he is... All right, so here's the thing. It's a lot going on.
Quavious. Quavo's name is really Quavious? Yeah. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
We're going to have a whole discussion dedicated to the ES and why that's actually a thing in the South.
No, but that's a thing in Rome. Y'all didn't make that up.
No, but I'm just saying, black people name their kids things in waves, and it's very regional. And even if you look at sports now, you'll see a bunch of these young athletes, all their names, Marquavius, Cortavius, Jadavius.
Is it because people were watching? I
don't know.
What was the movie that Jay-Z sampled?
I'm really trying to figure out where that came from.
Because it came from Rome. I'm telling you right now.
You being your culture.
Gladiator
is not.
It came from Gladiator.
Listen.
What's the Spaniard saying?
You being way too smart right now. Cut this shit out. This is not. It's not a smart thing. Okay.
Maximus.
Right, but that's not where it came from. And I need to know. Trust me. I guarantee you. When Lil TT had her baby, she said, "I'm gonna name him Quintavious." It ain't had nothing to do with Spaniard. But
it sounded good.
No, everything starts with one person. So I'm trying to figure out who that one person was down south who had that name.
What he had? What did he have?
He had that name, Quintavious.
I'm talking about.
I'm talking about on God. No, but really, because this is the type of stuff I think about, and it's not just Southern stuff. I think about this when it comes to regional stuff. I'm really big on regional things.
I like to meet people whose grandmother thought they were naming them a French name, and then bust their bubble and tell them that their name is made up.
So Pop Smoke.
If I was as mean as people thought that I would have shouted somebody out right now. But I'm not gonna do
Pop
that.
Smoke is it's a lot going on because the beats are very not American. They are very UK. They're very grime mixed with drill. And then,
they're very much one fucking beat.
Right.
This
and
is what
they're all
irks me.
They're all super similar, but they're also very not our thing.
No, the not our thing. Like, you know what I listen to. The not our thing part, I could get around.
But
it
here's
wouldn't
the problem.
bother me.
The problem is, and then you put this very New York rapper on it.
But he doesn't even sound like he's a New York rapper.
Oh, he sounds like a super New York rapper.
Does he?
He sounds super prototypical 50 Cent and beyond New York rapper.
Wait, what song was it that me and my nephew pulled up a song and we looked up the lyrics and I was just like, yo.
I'm gonna hit it with the blicky.
No. It was like, it was a blicky. It was like literally like the lyrics was like, blam, blam, on Genius. That was the lyrics.
So, yeah, but that's Casanova, like all those guys. But it sounds like Casanova.
You can't put Casanova in that box because I have Casanova songs.
But what I'm saying is I'm talking about the accent and the delivery.
Okay.
And that's why it's weird because when you hear certain people, it's like imagine if you heard somebody.
It's like, let's say Drake did a song and sounded just like Wiley.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine if you heard an American saying Jamaican words over reggae songs.
So this is Chet Hanks
in regular
Chet Hanks
English,
rap.
right?
Chet Hanks rap.
So that's what it is. Like, it's like this weird mashup that just for my ears. But I understand that for some young kids, like it hits their ears and it sounds good to them. So it's not even that I don't like it. It's just after one joint, I'm done.
I can give you guys three. I can give you guys three in the spirit of a bashment, in the spirit of a DJ putting one rhythm on and just going from song to song. I can give you three.
I want to know what
y'all keep dropping the same single. Like, and I mean, like, I know a female rapper in Brooklyn named Lola Brooke. Lola Brooke has a song that is on one of these drill beats, and it sounds like the same exact beat to the point that I want to know. Like, I'm literally sitting there
because they all getting it from the same two people.
Yo, I don't give a damn. Like, a lot of people have gotten beats from the same two people. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your name? Your boy Hitmaker made everybody's songs last year.
But he diversified who he worked with to do those songs. So they don't all sound exactly the same. And he hand delivers joints that he's like a fanboy making music. It's like, yo, you would sound dope on this. And, he kind of approaches it like, oh, man. He understands, like, this is what you would sound good on. This is what I want to hear you on. It's conceptualized, his records. He's producing these records from a conceptualized point of view. These guys are just all rapping on this style that's cool right now. And, a lot of these guys Axel Beats. And then this is one guy that did Pop Smokes is called Woo.
Welcome to the Woo.
Welcome to the Woo. This is Welcome to the Woo 2. And he actually got a producer other than the same guy. I think there might be 3 producers on it because the first one was all the same person.
And this is all 808 Mellow Beats, Yaz Beats.
But 808 Mellow did the whole first project.
Okay, so now it's him, Yaz Beats handled the bulk of the production, those two.
Right.
Cash Money AP did one.
With, I believe, a female producer.
Ebony
from
Wonder Girl.
From Canada.
I remember Wonder Girl.
Yeah, she did Crown.
I remember her from when she was like managing the OVO website.
Wow.
I think that's the same girl.
Throwback.
Yeah, I'm old, you guys. And then there's a guy named Rico Beats who did a song with somebody named Jamaica, who is clearly Dominican. That's not his real name, but if that was his real name, that would be a Dominican ass name. Jamaica. And Rico Beats assisted in a couple of these joints.
Right, but mostly, it's 808 Mellow kind of gave him his sound.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of these guys, because 808 Mellow co-produced the joint with Rico. And then he has one with Axel, who's another pioneer in the Brooklyn drill. But these guys are all English.
So, look, right? Like, I just want to give y'all free game real quick. If one of you cats just does something a little different in this genre, just a little different, just a little bit, you're going to win. You'll be the winner.
You will be the winner.
Because right now, we can't tell you apart, Pop Smoke and Fabio Foreign or whatever your name is. That's his name. And they're on a song
I
together.
really. So I went and I listened to
5 Year Foreign?
a bunch of people. Pitchfork did an article on Axel Beats, and they were talking about the beginning of drill. And I just start listening to like 3 or 4 of the joints. I'm like, I don't really know what's going on here.
Who are these people?
Suburban, 22 G's.
So this is not the same guy?
Chef G, right?
And you're like, so this is not the same guy.
Okay, Boomer. I hear y'all. I know. But I know who Heady One is from London. I know who he is.
I mean, listen.
Because that's his music.
I mean, listen.
I'm just saying. I mean, if you're going to do it, I think it's dope because we're all inspiring each other. From a production standpoint, I think it's dope that Chicago Drill, shout to Chop Beats, Young Chop, shout to Young Chop. I think it's dope that something that came about from Chicago became popular to kids in the UK, and they put their spin on it, and it's back in America. But I need a producer from Brooklyn to make some of these beats before I can call it Brooklyn Drill. I'm sorry. That's just me. Okay, Boomer, that's cool.
Listen, I am fully 100% comfortable with being a boomer here, and let me tell you why. If we've never had this conversation on this show before, I went to high school in Orlando, Florida. I have been a fan of a lot of trash ass music, like horrible, like, and there's still my records to this day. Like, did you know that there were 2 versions of that there was a That's Just My Baby Mama version of the That's Just My Baby Daddy song?
No.
There you go. Sampling Best of My Love, but a different part of the song. There was definitely yeah.
Are they like beefing?
No, it wasn't like it wasn't.
Was one a response?
It was the response.
So it was like Chicken Head and.
It was a response, but it wasn't beef.
So
you know what I mean? It was just like from the woman's
and pigeons?
It was from the woman's.
Okay.
It was from the boyfriend's perspective.
Gotcha. See, I always think of pigeons and scrubs when I think of like.
No, it wasn't like that. But it was out there. Like, so listen, like, I'm not gonna tell you kids that your music is not good. I'm just gonna tell you kids that I don't want to hear that shit. You jump in my car and you want to listen to Brooklyn, we're going to Bedford-Stuyvesant. That's where we're going.
Did you see Drake standing in front of Marcy on a video? So
no.
The internet was enamored with this.
I have an
with this video of Drake standing outside of Marcy Projects, and the overwhelming consensus was he looks scared. And I'm thinking to myself, first of all, it clearly couldn't have been anybody who's been to Brooklyn lately.
No, because I don't give a fuck what gentrification is happening in Brooklyn. The PJs is still the PJs. No. The houses is still the houses.
Listen, because first of all, I know exactly where he was standing.
Okay.
He was standing in front of the bright, brand new Marcy sign, not the old one.
Yeah, and if you get
right across the street from the condos.
Okay, right.
And I think it used to be a Dwayne Reed. I think it's Walgreens now. And those $1 million condos across the street.
$1 million.
In the middle of the day, he is more than fine. There's a juice shop around there where they got free Wi-Fi.
And I'm certain security wasn't
Trust
too far.
me, he was. But
there's a juice shop with free Wi-Fi.
The crazy thing was, I've actually been there. I was waiting on my man Jamal. Listen, I'm in there. I was hanging out with Confucius and Heaven and. Sitting on pillows
ain't the
and
hood.
shit.
They got free Wi-Fi.
Right, I'm sitting in the juice shop on a pillow. My man doing yoga in the corner.
Okay.
So it's not. And there are very much pockets of that area, which I know very well, that are still. You need to watch yourself. Mm-hmm. But New York ain't what it used to be, crime-wise. Period. And
I'm
that part of Brooklyn.
Wait, is my phone?
Come on, man. Okay. Listen, where I used to cop my things from in Crown Heights used to be Jamaican a bulletproof food. Jamaican store. Now it's a whole restaurant. It's literally you can go in there and sit down. I'm like, what the hell happened?
Was he shooting a video?
Yeah, he's shooting a video. So, but the internet just hates Aubrey.
No, and then Aubrey's doing too many things with his hands.
Well, because he's articulating something and we don't know until we see the video. We don't know. But why do people speculate? And just always go to the...
No, but see, some of these hands look like bees.
See?
You're doing too much. I'm sorry.
He is shooting a video. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on.
Too many gun
But
fingers.
What people need to understand is Aubrey ain't scared to go nowhere in America. Especially if you got Jay Prince with you. But what I will say is, even before that, and this is what people hate on this man so bad. People don't realize that Aubrey has been crisscrossing this country on some dolo shit on his come up. So he probably was walking around these neighborhoods by himself, but y'all didn't know who he was. This is why this man got a day named after him in Houston.
No, that's money.
No. It's because he put in time there to build those relationships when ain't nobody know who he was. You know, DJs know. People that were back there when he was going to come up,
I know.
You know, they don't.
I mean,
but the new age fans just love hating on Drake.
The new age fans just love hating. Somebody put up a meme today that was like, January, you mad because people filing taxes. February, you mad because people got Valentine's. March, you mad because people buying stuff with their Valentine's Day gifts. April, you mad because they going to church for Easter. May, you mad because non-Mexicans are celebrating Cinco de Mayo, which is not a Mexican holiday. June, you mad at Father's Day. July, you mad at 4th of July. August, you mad because people going back to school. September, you mad because you're mad every month for something.
Every month.
Have you seen the Drizzy commercial that they were doing on Sugar and Toys on Fuse?
Sugar and Toys.
So there's a little sketch show on Fuse called Sugar and Toys. But look up Drizzy cartoon. We're not gonna do it right now while we're on, but this is hilarious. It's so funny, and that's why I can't look at Drake anymore. Brent Fayez also dropped the project.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, but it again falls into that lane of I want this could have been Corey Lanez.
Here's my thing. I like Brent's subject matter, and I feel like, yes, sonically a lot of people have similarities. I think Brent is one of them guys that you just have to listen to what he's saying. I listened to his album while I was doing some work, and I was absorbing the lyrics. And his story is him. You know, it's unique. And I think you can have this similar vocal style, and people can still really, really enjoy what you're saying if you have the chance to get over that initial, oh man, that sounds like something I already heard before. Some records you just got to listen to. Some things just don't catch you right away.
You guys see how he just checked me on the
line? No, I'm not. See, I am not checking Ty. If she don't, because I feel like music will catch you, because a lot of music catches me later on.
Right.
You know, I might be somewhere and somebody be playing a song that I dismissed, and I'm like, yo, what's that? Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, this is so-and-so. I'm like, oh man, I was hating on that joint. Mm-hmm. You know,
I've done that a lot. So not hated on things and then ended up loving it. There is at least one person out there that I hated on and then ended up loving.
So I hated every Drake album the first day it came out, and then by a week later, I was singing all the damn songs.
Oh, and for the record, for you and Jay Hatch, shouts to Jay Hatch, I'm still not singing that Drake London song. I don't even remember what it's called.
I don't know if War. It's called War.
Okay, yeah, because y'all would watch everybody's gonna be singing it word for word in 2 weeks. We're not, Jay Hatch.
Somebody is, because it's got a hell of a lot of damn views. Yeah.
We're also not paying attention to the other song, Future. Anyway.
What? People are waiting on the album now. They dropped the second single.
Are they together on that single? I feel like we had this conversation last week.
Yeah, they got 2 out now.
No, but I mean, are they is the second single one song? Because the first single was 2 separate songs. It was a Drake song. It was a Drake song beat with B/W.
I don't think it was mixed to. Wow, that's a throwback. Wow, yo, you know what's crazy? Future. I didn't know what the hell that meant for years. What does it stand for?
Blended with.
Like literally, I had to ask my uncle was a DJ. I'm like, what does BW stand for? We all saw that on tapes back in the day. Mm-hmm. BW. I was like, what? B/W. Right, what the hell? Yeah, blended with.
There you go.
Wow. I think.
So this new song is Together.
I think.
I thought it was
I'm gonna look that up.
Blended with sounds better.
I might have just lied.
Look at all of us Googling at the same time. Backed with.
There you go.
Because it was one side and then the other side.
There you go.
Backed with. That makes sense.
There you go. Yep.
That makes a lot of sense. So yeah, the first joint was a Drake song backed with a Future song. This new song, I haven't even listened. I'm sorry.
It's a lot of stuff happening, but I'm waiting on an album.
I'm gonna do better.
We need What a Time to Be Alive too.
So, 2 Chainz has a record label.
Yep.
No, we're not talking about Street Execs that has a whole roster of artists. We're talking about The Real University.
Is the Real University a part of Street Execs? The Street Execs manage
when I
the Real University?
went to interview one of the artists from the Real University to write his bio, I went to Street Execs.
Okay.
So
there you go. Shout out to Street Execs. I get it. It's the blanket umbrella. They're the management squad. You went to Street Exec Studio.
Is it like
this might be this particular project?
Is it like Old Navy and Gap?
And what was the
Banana
other
Republic?
Banana Republic. I think so.
Okay. Well, we'll say it's Banana Republic and Gap because I don't want anybody to feel like they're the bargain basement.
I love old. Come on, man.
Oh no, everything I have on right now. No, actually, no, not everything I have on right now. But 90% of my closet comes from Old Navy. It's fine. I love Old Navy very much. I can go to Old Navy and pick up a pair of jeans, no matter what size I've ever been in life, and be like, "This is my size. I'm not trying nothing on. This is gonna work just fine." Yep. So yeah, but we'll say that they're Gap and Banana Republic.
Gotcha.
And I don't know which is which.
I'm not a fan of the Gap, so.
So we start hearing about the Real University last summer. I feel like Future had a release party type. I mean, not a release party, like a signing party, launch party at Pen and Proper here in Atlanta, like in August.
Sounds about right.
Name me the artist on the Real University right now. Don't look at the cover. I know Whirl because that's the one who's
Snooty.
Not to be confused with Snooty Wild. Is it Snooty or Schooly? It's
Schooly. Yes, it is Schooly.
Is that the same Schooly that used to be with DTE?
Don't even get me to lie. I know Sleepy Rose.
Do you know them, or are you looking? He's looking.
No,
at the cover,
I remember him from the video. Yeah, that's it.
There's one more
tap
person.
out.
It's Whirls.
Well, it's you got Quando Rondo. You got No Cap.
Schooly used to be in the group Rich Kids. That's where we know his name from. And I feel like Rich Kids maybe was signed to anyway, whatever. Look. So they dropped the project.
That's not to be confused with.
Rich Kids is my partner, isn't it?
Okay.
Is that who that was?
All these names just confuse me because now I'm thinking about
Roddy Ricch?
No, now I'm thinking about I'm thinking about Slime.
Who?
That group. Slime, Barter 6. We can't remember no Young Thug. I'm sorry, we can't remember no rappers' names today. Anyway,
might have been
I was thinking about Young Thug's group.
He might have been involved.
No, that was Rich Gang, not Rich Kid.
That was Rich Gang. Yes, and that was actually.
See, this is why we can't remember nobody because everybody sound the same. All the names
keep changing their names.
Schooly, Scooty,
Snooty. We sound so old right now, you guys. What that boy name? What that boy name is? What that boy name? The one sound like Ghostface Killer.
Scooby.
What his name?
Jackson Thompson.
Jackson Thompson. I just figured that out. Okay. Anyway, so they dropped the project. It's called No Face, No Case. There's a song on there called Virgil Discount.
Virgil Discount.
Shouts to every African and West Indian man named Virgil.
Shout to Virgil from WWF.
Shout to Virgil Abloh.
Shout to Virgil from WWF.
Who
used to carry the briefcase for the $1 Million Man.
But now you guys are all cool. Anyway,
because of Virgil Abloh.
We were talking about the interesting conundrum of being a 2 Chainz and rolling out a project with 4 artists that nobody else knows.
And he did, we saw some press runs. I saw him, with Rob Markham, and they did some other press runs. So these guys are getting FaceTime.
They did a show last weekend at where was it? Tabernacle.
There you
go. No, not Tabernacle. My bad. Center Stage.
Center Stage.
But here's where it bothers me. Somebody invited me to that show. They didn't invite me to the Real University show. They invited me to a 2 Chainz show.
The 2 Chainz show.
So it's almost like instead of it being like, yo, I'm standing behind my squad. This is my squad. Like when Jay-Z did the song, what was it?
The whole album.
You Mean Him and Her?
The Dynasty.
The Dynasty album. But even on the song, remember,
Right.
like, as soon as it came in, like, he named off everybody's name.
Mm-hmm.
There's another song where he shouted out a bunch of people that we've never heard of making Mickey and Mallory's song. But we know they names from All I Need,
But I mean,
right?
even introducing them on Hot 97 was a whole thing, making sure you knew this is my
I don't feel like this is
squad.
what's happening here.
And this is the conversation we were having. You know, shout to Dreamville. But how many of y'all have heard Revenge of the Dreamers 1 and 2?
You know I'm still working on 3.
I'm just saying. And
I've been listening to the same album for a month and a half, you guys.
But 3 was the way you do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way you really put on for your squad. And our conversation was just about rappers who they're on and they got their thing going. And then, you know, you got Pimp Squad Click.
Yes.
Right.
I remember them.
You know, it's wild. I was at the Trap Museum the other day, and I think Big Country Kane was there. Big Country Kane was there. You know, and I was a big Pimp Squad fan.
Were you?
Oh yeah, when they put out the tape with the whole Down with the King Gangsta Grills when they was dissing Lil Flip. Oh man. You know, but the key is
you guys. I feel like I'm about to do another mixtape related project. Stay tuned.
It's really tough.
I wrote a book
for an artist who's established to introduce a bunch of people you don't know.
I don't think it's actually that hard. I just think that people overestimate their. I think people go about it
because we
had
just mentioned them earlier off camera. I mean, off.
See, that was gonna stay off the air mention.
Off the air, we were talking about style.
What I meant to say was I don't think people go about it the right way. I think that the right way to go about it is not necessarily to introduce the whole crew at once. I don't think that's the best. You know what I mean? Like, I think you sprinkle them in, maybe like you feature one or two of them, because I'm sure, you know, at least a couple of these guys have been signed to this situation for at least over a year. I think you sprinkle them in. I think you familiarize us with their name. I think you put something out there instead of making Virgil Discount the single. You make a song with just one or two of them and not 2 Chainz the single, and let people get familiar with it. That's what happened with this Dreamville project, right? By the time this Dreamville 3 project came out, y'all already knew Ari Lennox, and you were excited about Ari. You were excited about JID. You were excited about Boz. You were excited about maybe even Loot, because Loot was featured on something, right?
I was excited about Boz because I heard him on some soundtrack stuff. They had started to, you know, position a couple of the artists.
Exactly.
You know, Cole was jumping on, featuring on some of their joints. And even when I thought it was a Cole song, I still was like, yo, that dude's hot, though. Mm-hmm. You know, and then once I got to see all the names and the faces in the process of putting that thing together and saying, hey, this is my squad, this is Ari, this is, you know, everybody, I was like, okay.
You've established each of them individually.
Right.
And that's the part that's missing. Like, you're not giving us an opportunity to really get to know any of them individually so that we can feel some kind of attachment to some of them.
And that's where the Hot Boys did it the right way, where No Limit did it the right way. Like, P was like, yo, this is so-and-so, and he matters. Or, you know, these are the twins, and they matter. This Cain and Abel.
Right.
You know, this is
everybody. P would put everybody on one song at the beginning of everybody's album. Exactly. Everybody, right? Yeah. So, like, you either got to bring everybody out at once and give everybody the same amount of weight, or you got to kind of let each person shine on their own. Either way, you know, if you're a fan of 2 Chainz, damn, that sounds like a Designer Imposter ad.
I'm a big fan of 2 Chainz.
Good night. I quit. I clearly was not prepared to do this show today, you guys.
Huge fan of 2 Chainz.
So, I am as well, and I enjoyed that Virgil Discount song.
And that's why it's a dope song. So hopefully these young guys get to grow and individually become people. Because, you know, it's funny. On one of the interviews, Chainz was talking about the things that he had to go through being signed to a rapper, you know, and how tough that was, and then how he had to get out of his contract and, you know, all kinds of stuff and go stand on his own. Mm-hmm. After being in a group and having a hit single, and still, you know, it's a struggle. So all you artists that are coming up under artists, first of all, y'all got to do your own footwork.
Yes,
You can't
they're not gonna
lean
do it for
on,
you.
you know, Big Sean didn't lean on Kanye.
Right.
Big Sean went out there and did what he did to get to the position that he got in, and he kept working at that same clip. And that's why Big Sean kept getting albums out when couldn't nobody else on that label get an album out.
Shouts to Saha.
So
I couldn't help it. I'm sorry. Yo, cut off my mic. I'm going home, bro. I'm going home. It's
she
over.
put the big shells out for that one.
Oh man, I'm sorry. Saha,
Wait, what time? We are, man.
We're over. Anyway,
let's move on.
Real quick. I was gonna say this though, real quick, just to finish that topic off, which is that is the one place where they may benefit, is that 2 Chainz has been in that position of being signed to an artist, and so hopefully he won't repeat the mistakes that were done.
Exactly.
You know what I mean, in his situation.
And I think that the big homie really understands that, and he's trying to do right by them. I just hope that his star doesn't outshine them because he's so bright. You know what I'm saying? I hope each one of those guys are thankful for the position they have, and they work as hard as he does so that you get recognized. That's all.
Okay, so there's 35 days to go until this Jay Electronica tape
34?
album. 35.
35, okay.
Well, 35, probably, you know,
we need a counter. I wonder if he has one of those counters on his Instagram story.
We about to put one on ours, which is...
You know when people about to get married or they about to have a baby, they do like the Instagram counter. I'm going Jay Electronica. Does he have an Instagram?
Listen.
Probably not.
Go to Chop Block Pod on Instagram.
We're going to do a Jay Electronica
We're going to put a counter on there so that you can know exactly.
Because we know, because Just Blaze told us...
that it's nice.
It is an actual album.
It's a thing.
It exists.
It exists. But he won't tell us if he produced anything on there. Is Suicide Boys the group that what's his name did? Jesus, what is with us and names today? Is that the Travis Scott group?
No, that is Jack Boys.
Jack Boys.
Jack Boys.
Okay.
Pop Smoke is in Jack Boys.
You know what this episode is going to be called? Okay, Boomer. That's what this episode is going to be called.
Name is?
On Valentine's Day, you've got new music coming from A Boogie with the Hoodie. You've got
wait, hold on, because we are not going to skip. Wait, Wiz Khalifa put out something? What's today?
When?
Oh, come on.
No, oh yeah, he put it out yesterday.
It's only
weed, bro.
All right, we're gonna have to catch up on that.
Yeah, he put that out yesterday on Tuesday,
okay.
so we'll throw that up there for you guys. Bieber coming out on Friday. He's been doing Fetty Wap. I don't know who told him. I don't know who told him we needed that.
Trap and B.
There it is.
Huey Lewis and the News.
Because it is again 2003.
The last time I heard Huey Lewis and the News was on Power of Love from Back to the Future in 1985.
That's not the last time you heard Huey Lewis.
It is the last song I heard.
I used to love Huey Lewis.
I love Huey Lewis in the News, but that's because that's my favorite movie of all time, and that's where I remember them from. And that's I remember
them from back in the day when we used to only get 2 hours of VH1 at a time in Haiti. It was like one morning block and one evening block, and they were always on both.
Tink is dropping.
Is dropping a not Dreezy.
No,
not Dreezy's dropping an album.
Dreezy. Not Dreezy.
not Dreezy's dropping an album called Hopeless Romantic.
And
so disrespectful.
Everybody's favorite muse now in the hip hop community, Tame Impala, is dropping an album.
Is that everybody's favorite muse?
Oh yeah. Kev is he's the go-to now. So I am super excited.
A lot of good music coming out on Valentine's Day. Y'all make sure that you check that out, and then
it ain't no baby making music.
Sure it is. Trap and B. What you mean? Make Trap Baby.
Featuring what's that chick's name from Love and Hip Hop?
Oh, you asked the wrong one. Masika. Oh shit! How did I know that?
See.
You know what's funny? I don't watch Love and Hip Hop, but my whole entire Facebook timeline does. So I know way more about any VH1 reality show than I should. I ain't watched not near one of those shows in I couldn't tell you how long. I know there's a candy lady on Real Housewives of Atlanta that everybody hates, and I can't tell you any more about that situation than that right there. Heading over real quick to XXL to see if there's any mixtapes that we need to be on the watch for tomorrow. Oh, Light Skin Keisha dropped a mixtape on Tuesday too, called Talk That Talk.
Okay.
Oh wow. Ciz. Okay. Suicide Boys is
a New Orleans rap group.
Some guys with tattoos on their face.
Okay,
Princess
boomer.
Nokia is dropping a project called Everything Sucks on the 18th, and I'm with her. I agree with her.
Everything does suck.
Everything
right
doesn't
now.
suck, you guys. There's a lot of really, really great shit out there. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this week's episode. Make sure that you subscribe on whatever your preferred podcast.
Man, we all over the
platform
place
is.
right now. And if
Especially
you
when got
can't
those
find
tunes.
us, let us know.
And if you can't find us, you can go to istandardproducers.com.
And we have an email.
And there's actually a link at the very top in the bar that says Chopping Block Podcast.
And we also have an email. We're gonna well, there's a contact form on there, but you can email us at thechopblockpod@gmail.com. Don't send us no music.
Don't send us no music. You send us
That
music,
shit
we
going
gonna
straight to
talk about you.
Don't send us no music.
Like, light your ass on fire. Like,
This ain't that type of party, bro.
like was it so how high in the classroom?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Don't
Ciz
do
will
it.
be meth
Don't
and
do it.
I'll be Redman.
Don't do it.
No, I'll be meth and you'll be Redman, amping me up.
Yeah, follow us on all the appropriate social medias
Shop,
as well.
CHOP, block, BLOCK, pod, POD. He is at Scissorp215.
She is at St. Boogie.
That's me, and the site is at iStandard.
iStandardProducers.com. We love y'all.
Thanks, Mikey. We out.
Peace.